Welcome back. The Trump presidency has sent Rosie O'Donnell off the rails. Remember this?
This is not Russia. To Donald Trump and his pathetic band of white, privileged, criminal businessmen, I would like to say to him, "Niet, sir, niet, niet, niet. No, we won't. We've seen what you have done, sir. We have seen your connections with Russia. The game is over. The internet rules."
Rosie has so much animus for the president. She's now donating money to the defense fund for the first person charged by the Trump administration with leaking classified information. What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said Comey could use
Oh, no. We're talking about Reality Winner. The
Thanks for pointing that out.
An intelligence contractor named Reality Winner has written about joining the Taliban, according to prosecutors. And she's also said that she wants to burn down the White House. This was all on her email or whatever. Anyway, in a tweet, O'Donnell refers to Reality Winner as a, quote, brave young patriot and gave, as I said, her defense fund
I feel really strongly
$1,000.
about this.
Go right ahead.
Well, you want to ruin some more young women's lives? Go ahead and do this and egg them on. They will end up in jail.
Yeah,
She's
jail.
25 years old. She made a huge mistake. She broke the law. She said some terrible things on Facebook, but you know what? A lot of people have. Okay, that is probably forgivable. The Secret Service could check that out and say, look, she's going to be fine. She served in the Air Force, whatever. Please don't say that anymore. But if Rosie O'Donnell thinks that egging them on is going to actually, one, improve the country one iota, absolutely not. But you want to ruin her life and other lives like that, go right ahead and do that. This is a huge consequence of President Obama pardoning Chelsea Manning.
Yep.
Because Reality Winner thought that, well, I'll get pardoned too. Or, she didn't have the presence of mind, as I said before, to call the Chinese or the Russians and say, hey, can you bail me out of here and I can live in your embassy for the next 80 years of my life? I think it's terrible what Rosie O'Donnell did. Absolutely inappropriate and irresponsible.
That's interesting if you think she's been a role model, because we're going to come to Chelsea Manning in a second. She gave her first interview recently. But, Jesse, just to stay for a second with Reality Winner, the argument from her lawyer is, look, she's a millennial. She's very computer savvy, and she was a brilliant student in high school, a star student, chose to go into the U.S. military, 6 years in the Air Force, speaks Farsi and Arabic. And he says the government's just scraping and clawing to make a case out of nothing.
Well, I don't think a good defense strategy is to call her a millennial, Juan. I don't know if that's going to really do much
That'll
for
get her
you
an
with
extra
the
10
jury.
years.
10 years.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is, why does the left lionize traitors? I mean, it's like you bomb the Pentagon, then you become Obama's best friend. You're Chelsea Manning, then you get clemency. If you're a cop killer, the celebrities love you. Jane Fonda, celebrated in Hollywood.
How about on
Oliver
Sunday,
Stone
de
will make
Blasio is going to march in the parade with the terrorists from Puerto Rico.
Terrorists marching in parades. I don't know why the left does this, but for some reason, they put you on a pedestal. If Benedict Arnold were around today, he'd probably have his own HBO show. Doesn't make sense to me, Juan. You guys got to get your act together.
Kimberly?
Oh, my gosh. So prosecutors also said that this loser, said to her sister, well, I'm going to braid my hair and I'm going to cry in court and, put on this whole act. And, the whole thing is outrageous. And she shouldn't be treated any differently than if this was a 55-year-old man who committed the crime. She's a leaker. She's not even any good at it. She was so obvious. They caught her in 2 seconds.
That's why they shouldn't egg on young people that don't know what the heck they're doing.
But what about the background checks here? How did she, get through? When you look at, there's a trail. She said she wants to go fight on the side of the mullahs in Iran, and she wants to burn down the White House.
In support of your argument, which I happen to disagree with, the judge, the reason he didn't release her...
You think all those things are good?
No, I'm saying the reason the judge didn't release her, Kimberly, was he said, the fact that you're talking about burning the White House concerns me, and he didn't allow her family, Greg, to put bond down.
I think that this woman should be rewarded. She said that her dream was to pledge allegiance to the Taliban and go and move to Kurdistan. I think we should allow that to happen, actually get her there as soon as possible. And let's see how our strong feminist outlook survives the Taliban.
Right.
By the way, I am now boycotting this show. We had